has been U.S. retaliation for communist PT boat attacks on the high seas. This is the Maddox, one of the 2 destroyers that were attacked while patrolling international waters in the Gulf of Tonkin near North Vietnam. Warplanes from 2 carriers, the Ticonderoga and the Constellation, avenged the unwarranted red assault with 64 sorties to North Vietnam PT bases. 25 boats, more than half the fleet, were destroyed, and North Vietnam oil reserves badly depleted. It is estimated 10% went up in flames after direct hits. The Pentagon said 2 pilots were lost. One was reported to be a prisoner of the Reds. The U.S. sorties were launched for one purpose, as a warning to the communists that unprovoked attacks will bring prompt response. The lights burned all night in the White House as President Johnson conferred with his advisors, and he went before the nation to report on the crisis.
In the larger sense, this new act of aggression aimed directly at our own forces again brings home to all of us in the United States the importance of the struggle for peace and security in Southeast Asia. Aggression by terror against the peaceful villagers of South Vietnam has now been joined by open aggression on the high seas against the United States of America. The determination of all Americans to carry out our full commitment to the people and to the government of South Vietnam will be redoubled by this outrage. Yet our response for the present will be limited and fitting. We Americans know, although others appear to forget, the risk of spreading conflict. We still seek no wider war. I have instructed the Secretary of State to make this position totally clear to friends and to adversaries, and indeed to all. I have instructed Ambassador Stevenson to raise this matter immediately and urgently before the Security Council of the United Nations.
At the Security Council meeting, Ambassador Stevenson reported the attacks as required by the Charter.
In Southeast Asia, we want nothing more and nothing less than the assured and guaranteed independence of the peoples of that area. We are in Southeast Asia to help our friends preserve their own opportunity to be free of imported terror, of alien assassination managed by the North Vietnam communists based in Hanoi and backed by the Chinese communists from Peking.
Before this new Southeast Asia crisis, the United States had announced that 5,000 more military advisors were being sent to South Vietnam to bring our forces there to 21,000. Now this number will be increased even further. At sea, on land, and in the air, the awesome United States military machine is mounting a force that can face up to any threat. In the field, the communist Viet Cong rebels appear to be stronger in recent weeks. They have made hit-and-run raids within 4 miles of Saigon, center of U.S. and South Vietnam operations. There are reports of an enemy troop buildup on the South Vietnam northern border. Now it appears that for the first time, there is talk of a South Vietnam drive into North Vietnam. Reinforcements are being moved into strategic locations as part of a new strategy in this frustrating war. This is not to force a showdown with the Reds, but to emphasize the U.S. wish to contain the war. Interceptor and fighter bomber aircraft are being flown into South Vietnam and Thailand rapidly, as other air squadrons are transferred from the United States to advanced bases in the Pacific. As always, political differences faded in the United States, and leaders of both parties united behind the President to grant him all powers necessary to carry out our commitments to defend world peace.
It is a solemn responsibility to have to order even limited military action by forces whose overall strength is as vast and as awesome as those of the United States of America. But it is my considered conviction, shared throughout your government, that firmness in the right is indispensable today for peace. That firmness will always be measured. Its mission is peace.